good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever, definitely not good weather. Anyway, I'm Sharon and this is floss tube number 3. So welcome to floss tube number 3. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for joining me. If you're so brand new and this is the first time you've seen me, I'm Sharon. I am from Dundee on the east coast of Scotland. I'm a cross stitcher for 40 plus years. I'm also a small business owner where I create and design my own cross stitch charts and stationery and art prints and pin badges and all sorts of things from my own human brain generated artwork. No AI here. Right, so let's get into this. January has been a long month, but I have been very productive. I have got a lot to get through, a lot to show you. Some stats, I've got some new, some old, some vintage stories from the archives. Yeah, I've got a lot to get through, a lot to share with you. I have also watched the entire series of Downton Abbey from beginning to end, including the specials and movies, so that's kept me company while I stitch. I've also listened to 7 audiobooks, so yeah, a very productive month. For me, January is not a time for the whole new me, new year. No, it's time to just stay in, stay cozy and just look after your brain and your mind and your body and your soul and just relax. Last year was a rough one. Let's just ease into this one. So let's get started. Right, first, some stats for you. So, as well as watching lots of TV and listening to lots of books, I have stitched 12,988 stitches using Pattern Keeper digitally. I've also got an additional 13.5 hours of stitching using paper charts. So yeah, that is quite a lot. I don't know what the stitches equate to in the paper charts because there's no way I'm going to count them. But yeah, that is a lot. There's starts, stops, finishes and all sorts. So where are we up to? What was first on my little list here? All right, so let's start with Quaker in Scotland. That is by Tempting Tangles. I'll put a little image up here of where we were last month. And this is where we are this month. Hold it up the right way, that would help. So last month I was 14% and this month I am 31%. And I am stitching this on a pastel concrete 16 count fabric. This was by Pip and Chip and they sold off all their fabric and I thought it was just perfect. It's kind of got an oldie map effect. So I have made some changes in here. I've added some bling. I've changed the colour of Nessie. And yeah, I've added a few bits and pieces. And I did share this on Facebook in a group I'm in, and Deborah from Tempting Tangles commented on how nice it was. So that was a thrill to have a designer comment on your work. So that's Tempting Tangles. We'll be giving out lots of love again this month. Next we have Dream Raven. Again, I'll pop up where we were. And this is where she is this month. Now this is stitched on a picture, this moon glow. I thought because it was a dream theme, then having a nice sunset colour would be great. And last month she was 14%, this month she's 31%. So I've got the starts of the feather in here, we've got the wording and more of the little strings. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying that one now that I've got over my little froggy rose there that I couldn't seem to get to grips with. So that is Dream. And then this one. This is one of my vintage whips from 20 plus years ago. And I'll show you, do I have an image of where we were last month, where it was up to, not even where it was last month because I haven't touched it in 20 years. But yeah, oh, that's what it should look like. This is what it did look like. And I wasn't sure whether I was going to do anything with it because the gingham border was just crucifying me. But it's on a frame, so we mean business. So I've started working the gingham down this way and along this way, and I've added a little running stitch to where it should meet because there is a counting error somewhere up here in the old vintage stitching. So thankfully it is gingham and I will be able to kind of rectify this. But I'm determined to finish the border before I do any more in the middle, or I'll just never get it done. But yeah, that is so cool. And I do still have the full chart. I'm using a working copy, but I do have the full untouched chart. If anybody wants it when I'm finished with it, you're more than welcome. Just drop me a line. So there we go. That's that one. Now next is, oh, another vintage one. So this is All Our Yesterdays. I don't have an image of what it should look like at the end. There's more to add to that story later on during haul, but I'll show you where we were up to. And this is where we've got, so I've got a little bit more of the back stitch done, filled in a few bits and pieces of missing stitches here. It's quite hard getting back into a paper chart when you've not used them in so long. But yeah, it's definitely made progress with that. So that is Sisters by All Our Yesterdays. And a new start. Nope, let's update you on Batty. So this is my little finish from last month, and I had them in just a black frame, but this is a box frame, a bit more depth. And I found this lovely gold card, so I've got him framed up. Absolutely thrilled with how he looks. He's super cute. So that's little Batty fully finished. Then we have a new start. This is one of my designs, one of my new designs for this month. I'll show you them all at the end. So this is my tribute to Dirty Dancing. And I'm stitching on fabric from my stash. So it's a nice kind of sky blue, which I thought was lovely. We've got the iconic lift here. There's Kellerman's, or my interpretation of Kellerman's. Obviously don't want to infringe anybody's copyright. And yeah, I've got about 34% done, so it's quite a small one, so hopefully crack on with that. And what other ones did I tell you about? I have my list here. Yes, toast. My toast sampler. I ran out of floss on that one, so I'll show you where I got up to. It was about 93%. There really wasn't that much left to go. So that's just a 16 count cream Ada. And voila, we have toast. Turn it that way, you don't get so much glare. So yeah, that was a really good one. Thoroughly enjoyed doing this one, which is just as well since I designed it. So that is the toast sampler. Then there was, now if you watched last month's vlog, you'll have seen the little VT with this one in it. I had stitched all the way down to here, just a bit of back stitching, a bit of garden to do, and it has languished in the bottom of a box for 20 years. So what do you think? Did I do it? Did I just abandon it? We did it, people. We did it. Well, I did cheat. I did kind of chop a bit off of there. But yeah, I did all the back stitch that was needed doing and added in a little bit of the garden. So there we go. A finish after 28 odd years. So it's definitely given me hope for getting my other vintage whips completed. There's not really an awful lot of stitching left to do on it. And I've noticed from watching lots, I've watched loads of floss tubes, lots of people are digging out their old whips. So if you're watching this, this gives you hope. You can do it. Hang in there and just get on with it. So that's that. So that's the finishes, the whips and the new starts. What else have I got? Oh yeah, my temperature samplers. So I've got 2 on the go at the moment. Here is the test tube sampler. So you just fill the test tube every month, all the way up. I'm trying to keep ahead of the game or else I'll end up stopping. So that is test tube sampler. And my latest addition is the butterfly one. And I have updated this for today. And I'm going to insert a little bit of video here of that process. Right, temperature sampler time. This is my butterfly one. We've gone from 1 to 10 in a matter of days and back down again. So that is the butterfly sampler, and I've printed out, this is my temperature tracker. So I go on to AccuWeather and look for yesterday's, because you can't do today's because it hasn't happened yet. And I just, whatever the temperature is, I have a look. So it was 5 yesterday, so that's 3755. Write it in there. And then I've got my little, there is a shade card as well, so you get an idea of the colours and numbers. And then there is my little calendar map. So we are doing number 3. So that is, that one out the way, that is this bit under here. So 3755, let's be having you. Oh, first of all, I do need to find it on, I've got it on Pattern Keeper. You can print it out as well, there are printable charts as well, but I've got mine on Pattern Keeper just for ease. So let's load that up and see where we're at. I'll not show you this on here because it shows the chart, but let's see. So each little section is roughly 20 stitches. Take my glasses off so I can see. So stitch this with me. That's it for the day. I've got 2 samplers on the go for the temperature, so I'll get the other one stitched up and hope for sunnier days. Right, quick pause there while I answer the door. It's a good thing. I have never done quilting before, and I have bought myself a little sewing machine. I do know how to use a sewing machine, it's just been a while. But I noticed quite a few people are getting into quilting, and I saw the subscription box and I thought, let's give it a go. So we'll unbox it together because it's completely sealed. I've not opened it at all. Let's go up, grab a wee knife and see what we're in for. Could be the best thing I've done, could be the worst thing I've done. But let's have a go anyway. Let's see what's in here. Right, so little baggie. What's in the little baggie? Right, so a quilting square, quilting ruler, quilting thingamabob. I'll figure it all out. And then there's some of these little, I gather they're for holding things. See, this is how much I know about quilting. At least there's an instruction book. That's going to help. When life gives you scraps, make a quilt. Right, so there's instructions in here for all sorts of bits and bobs. So, yeah, interesting. And then there is a great big wedge of fabric. Let's untie this. Look at the ribbon. You would personalise Mrs. Quilty ribbon. Oh, this is lovely. Like, see if I can find it. I don't want to do it all in bits. Blue florals. Now, I was watching a floss tuber, is it Wolfie Stitcher last night, and she was saying she was in her blue era. You would love this. Good old gingham. So what's that? 3, 4, 5. My goodness. 6, 7, 8, 9. What goes on and on? 10, 11. I love the spots. And 12. 12 fat quarters, are they? Let's see, how big is this? I'm sure if any of you quilt out there, you're just shaking your head in dismay. But yeah, that's a good size. So 12 bits like this to make things. So that will be an interesting journey.